Hi. Yesterday I mentored quite a few people in the at a incubation center. It's the iHub in Gujarat, and I'm going to share with you some experience that I had. So I'll go, startup by startup, and so you will understand what I went through. And one of the things I can expect you, if you are a startup owner, you can actually benefit by understanding what we are going through, what are the discussions we had, and if you're a mentor or if you're a aspiring startup, you will also gain by understanding what kind of inputs I have given. So that will help you. So so yesterday I was interacting with one of the organization. They have developed a clean air technology. Now this, remember, this clean air technology, it's controls the air pollution. It's basically applicable in factories. So you understand all that, isn't it? So, but the good thing about it is that they have been in the game for last 2 years. They have been recognized by government. The unit has represented India in clean technology in BRICS summit, or they have and various other startup events in India. In a way, so far so good. And they have even got a grant from the government of India. However, as we started discussing, he started sharing his concerns. So I asked him, what are the key concerns that you have? So amongst the concerns that he started raising was that he is unable to reach out to the factory owners. Okay, so factory owners. And mostly when he reaches out to organizations, it's the compliance managers that he interacts with. Is the business manager he interacts with, and they are unable. They are not fixing a meeting with the actual decision maker of the organization. And I could sense the frustration in his face. He was sharing that he has tried reaching out to, so he named organizations, and he tried reaching out to so many people. This is a typical constraint for any startup, innovation startup, or tech startup, or clean tech startup. The challenge before you hit this person was, how do I reach? I'll talk to you about that a little later. The second thing he raised was that, um, you know, he says that, I have a manpower support. My current focus has been mostly on my product. So he's an engineer. So what he has done is spent considerable level of energy, time in understanding uh, the product and developing the product. So he has a team. He has developed the product. Now there's a lot of focus on him developing the product, and he admitted that he is not be able to think beyond it. So and that's what he said. I asked him, then I talked to him about the application of design of the clean technology. So he said that it is basically right now restricted to closed space. So, and and he has developed that model, and he's working on trying to develop something which is can be used in open also. Well, good idea. Another thing when I asked him is that how about the team and the kind of support that he gets from his team. I was also surprised to hear this. He talked about he talked about you know he getting some friends who want to become partners in his organization. So I probed him further. Are you selling a stake? He said, yeah, I'm selling a stake. Then I asked him, is there money involved in it? He says, no. And I was shocked. I was surprised. Now think about his predicament. So it was like a 45 minutes interaction with him. Small things I picked up. If you were a startup, if you were a mentor, how do you handle it? So let me share with you what I did. I think what I did was here in the first case that his ability to reach out to people, reach out to the owners of the factories or organizations where this can be applied. So, one of the things, obviously, there will be a problem, but this is where you should leeway the incubator in which you have enrolled yourself. The incubator should be in a position to establish connect with the larger organizations and take it forward. For example, I told him that the chief of the I hub, in Gujarat is an IS. Why don't you leverage him? And that's he got convinced. So I said he will be able to give you the connect you with some small with people who really matter for you, and that's important. He got convinced. So, and then later on, I told him, reach out to the IAB, reach out to the stakeholders, reach out to the chief. You will get support, and I think that was important for him. You know, and so that's one important thing I wanted to share with that. And then the other thing, when his ability to understand the business. One of the things that I found missing was that he was not able to. He has not done the value chain analysis about his business. So I suggested him, you sit with your team, do a value chain analysis. How does the value chain move from, right from idea generation to the product being installed in the place? Who are the various stakeholders in the process? Who are the and do a deep analysis of each of the stakeholders, the role of each of the stakeholders in your operations. So one of the things that I advised him was that to do a business value chain analysis and also try to do what is called a uh, stakeholder analysis. Now this is important for him and something which was missing. This will help him understand who are the key stakeholders in his business generation process, who are the key and what can be their role and what can be expected out of them and how one can be influenced. So these are important things when you come to do a stakeholder analysis. They come to another point is that of when I talk to him about the ownership. Ownership, it's like he was gifting away free. When you see his business was he's sitting and actually in a very good product. And somehow, what happened during the course of his interaction with so many people, as he made presentations and all that, he came across two people, very important people, some in a political field, and they wanted a 20% stake in that, something like that. And he was willing to give. Guess what? I just had a word with him, and I told him, can you just pull back, regroup yourself, think what you're doing. Will you gain in any way by giving the stakes? And what will you gain? Is the gain worth it by giving free? Look at it from the concern area that your inability to reach people. If you're giving out free so that they will introduce you to people, look at have you exhausted all the approaches that you need to do to reach out to get access to some important stakeholders in our various organizations? As the discussion started going on, he started feeling jittery. And then I suddenly realized that, he started feeling that he might end up losing the golden goose because by giving away so much stake, he may not be having any leeway in future. Somehow, if his product kicks off, he's gone. So these are some of the interesting mistakes people do, startups do, of selling the stakes. You need to understand when are you selling your stakes? How are you selling your stakes? What are you gaining by selling your stakes? Who is benefiting by this selling the stakes? What will you in the long run gain by selling the stakes? These are questions that you need to see for yourself. Yeah. And I tell you, uh, and I tell you, there seemed to be a problem with him. A good product, good idea. That is my feeling right now. I'm telling you, good product, good idea. Somehow things are being mismanaged. So what typically he needs is he needs a good mentor right now. Whoever will be as a mentor, he needs someone to talk him through, discuss with him. I was just a mentor for 45 minutes, but my experience told me that he needs a mentor for good. Maybe for next 5 7 months, he needs a mentor who can actually guide him, pull him through, and put be a part of his in his journey. And that's what's going to help him. Right now, what he is doing, he's just sitting and he doesn't know. The other thing I found was very interesting with him was that his lack of a business acumen. He's more of a product guy. The business acumen seemed to be missing. So I right now I'll leave you with this. I don't want to stretch it more, but the fact I realized is that there is a challenge, there is a problem, and that needs to be addressed. All right, but then I also want to share with you another thing. Even I have had an experience with my own startup, and I also understand the kind of pain that each of them goes through. So if you're a startup owner who is listening to me, or really listening out to me, and you want to move from this current state that you are in to a desired state that you want to be in, we have created an ecosystem that will help you in that journey. We are backed up by experts, we're backed up by a system, and we'll take you to a point from where you can actually achieve what you want to achieve. All right. So if you really want to know more about it, do reach out. We'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you so much and good sharing with you my thoughts. We'll come back again with my experience in several more startups. Thank you.